Yo, welcome back to the channel, everyone. Hope you guys are having a great rest of your day, start to your day, whatever time it may be. And in this video, we got something pretty interesting going on. We are gonna be tuning, or I should say, technically retuning my 1999 Mustang GT on race gas. Now you guys might be wondering, well, isn't it already on race gas? It's on E85. We are gonna be kicking it up a notch. We're gonna be getting this car a tune on Ignite Red, which is pretty much E90. Now, because I am taking this car to Dallas for Texas 2K, I'm gonna have to bring my own E85 on the journey there. Now, because I am not gonna be here in Houston, I decided, you know what, let me go ahead and get another tune on the real E85, so the blend is consistent, so the car is running to its best of its ability, man. I think this would be pretty interesting. Do I think there's gonna be some gains? Absolutely. Do I think there's gonna be a lot of gains? Not too much, but this is gonna be a good way for me to personally see if there's a difference between Pump E85 and Ignite Red, E90, and at the bottom line, the car is gonna be on a consistent mix. So if you guys are interested in seeing the results, feel free, drop a like in the video, subscribe to the channel, turn those post notifications. Let's go ahead and get on our way. Now, the last time this car was on the dyno, it made 588 wheel horsepower, but it runs a lot harder than that, at least from the draggy records and what I went ahead and put this car up against. I think it should definitely crack over 600 wheel. Now, it has a fuel system, the Aeromotive fuel system. You guys can see the lines and whatnot, so we'll be able to run Ignite Red, no problem. I think honestly it's gonna make like, on the dyno, maybe like 620, something like that. That would be my guess. Maybe a little bit more, maybe a little bit less. But dyno numbers don't really mean too much to me. The main reason I'm going ahead and doing this is because I want the car to have a consistent E85 mix, because since I'm not gonna be in Houston, I mean, I trust Dallas, but this is quite literally the perfect opportunity to go ahead and test, and for me to personally see if there's a difference between Ignite Red and Pump E85. The funny thing is, I used to actually run, actually not really, I got the FRS tuned on Ignite Red when it first got put on the dyno for its tune, but with the flex fuel kit, it obviously compensated for it. Come on, yo! Come on! Come on! There we go. We got half a tank of gas right now, so that's actually perfect. I do not need to stop to go get gas. This morning, Jesus, it's pretty much what happens when it gets you know, cool at night and then starts to instantly go back up to 80 85 degrees during the day. But it is what it is, man. This car is absolutely filthy right now, oh my gosh, but you know what, it's all good. So happy this car is at half a tank right now, because by the time I get to the shop, it should be around like a quarter, which obviously it's going to be drained, and they're going to be putting in the Ignite Red crazy gains, but nice ZL1 over there. Like I said, this is a perfect opportunity for me to see, and for you guys to also see, the difference between pump E85, let me roll my window up, and the real E85 out the barrel. And because, like I said, I am going to be driving to Dallas, I'm literally going to be going down there with 3 of the VP Racing jugs. 2 of them are going to be with, obviously, pump E85 that I get from my regular station, and another one is going to be with the E90. I'm not going to have to go ahead and fill up down there, so I'm going to know, you know, what percentage of E85 I'm going to be racing the car on, which honestly, that alone is just worth doing. 100% worth doing. So if I pick up like, you know, 20 horsepower so they can go a little bit more aggressive on the tune, awesome. If it stays the same, it is what it is, because it's not like I'm not happy with the performance of the vehicle, especially after the weight reduction. This thing is moving out. It's boogieing. So that's a good thing. I want to be able to get some runs in against some good runs in like 60 to like 140 against some stock, as well as bolt-on GT500s, stock and bolt-on C7 Z06s, as well as ZL1s and Hellcats. That's kind of what I'm trying to go ahead and get some data against. Even some bolt-on cam cars. Like, I want to see what a bolt-on cam ZL1 would do against this car, as well as a bolt-on cam C7Z. I'm really, really curious. And if I can find like a boosted GT50, that'd be cool too. Hopefully I lose by a lot. Because if I end up racing like an ESS car or like a Procharged car, making like 750, and if it's close, you know, that's gonna be like, ooh, okay. But I think it should be pretty interesting. I think it should be pretty interesting. And technically, I'm gonna be going down there with less weight, because this seat will not be going with me. Obviously, I'm gonna have the drums right here. So this is gonna be out. Obviously, when I'm racing the car, I ain't gonna have the drums in here, but I think it's gonna be a pretty interesting weekend. Obviously, Texas 2K is next week, so this is the crunch time. I might be able to test out the car this weekend, but again, we shall see. But I'm gonna catch up with you guys when I get closer to the shop. I'm not gonna be able to stay with the car today, unfortunately, because I have some things to do around the time this car is getting, you know, put on the dyno. So yeah, I'll catch up with you guys when I get closer there, because I know this highway road noise is about to be insane.
One eternity later.
So I don't know why there's a black bar on screen. This happened last time I was on the dyno as well with my GoPro, but we were only able to take the car up to 5,000 RPM. And on the bottom graph, you can see a sharp
upwards kind of movement. That is actually the AFR leaning out like crazy with the Ignite Red. Now, the car actually made 568 wheel horsepower and 545 foot-pounds of torque at only 5,000 RPM. So realistically, if we were able to take this all the way to 6K, it most likely would have broke over 600, but there is a lean condition, so we were only able to take it up to 5,000 RPM.
All right, back on my side of town, and unfortunately, as you guys saw on the dyno, the 2-valve is starting to go lean at 5,000 RPM on Ignite Red. Now, because Ignite Red is a more aggressive fuel, it is going to demand a lot more from the fuel system because you can advance timing, demand more fuel to make more power. Now, what we believe is happening is a couple of things. Now, what I personally believe is going down is the injectors need to be upgraded. Now, I have not touched the injectors on this setup. I've touched pretty much everything else a part of the fuel system except the injectors, because I was told the car has DW 95-pound injectors. Now, Deechwork injectors are kind of hit or miss. Sometimes they're good, sometimes they're bad. On Pump E85, we had no issues on this setup, but with the Ignite Red, we're running into a little bit of a problem. Now, what's interesting about the Ignite Red power is the car almost made how much it made on the dyno last time I had it on the dyno at 6,000 RPM on Pump E. Now, the car made on the dyno 588 on Pump E85. We all know that that's low as hell. I mean, that's not really what this car makes. But on Ignite Red at 5,000, it made 560. Pretty damn close with 1,000 RPM lower. So that's really interesting. So Ignite Red definitely does make a difference. And if I am going to be upgrading the injectors, I'm definitely going to go ahead and give another shot at the Ignite Red gas. Now, what also could be going down is because the gas tank is very old in this car, it could be rusted, it could be causing some issues with fuel delivery. That is another situation. It could be the fuel filter that could be clogged, causing some issues. Now, I have the option to go ahead and bring the car back on Friday to go ahead and get the fuel filter element swapped out, but in all reality, I don't think I'm going to do that because it's not a guarantee that it could be done in time, and Texas 2K is next week, man. It's kind of cutting it too close. The car right now is flashback on the Pump E85 tune. The Ignite Red is drained out the system, and there's Pump E85 back in here right now. Now, I am satisfied with the performance of the car on Pump E85. You guys have seen in the runs, I mean, this thing, it's fighting well above its weight class, So I think I'm just gonna go down there on this setup and not have the potential to completely miss the entire event, because that would be, you know, terrible. That'd be a complete waste of time. All this would have been, you know, done, not really for nothing, but it could have been done, you know, way later on. The Shelby could have been boosted by now, for real. But that's what's gonna be going down. And also, I did notice that potentially we might have to upgrade the tensioner and there is some belt residue. I don't know if it's from the old belt that was on here, but there might be some belt slip, but I'm gonna pretend like I didn't notice that, and I'm gonna go down there and just have as much fun as possible. But it kind of makes sense because whenever I was Watt, and let's say I'd go over like an imperfection in the road, it would kind of go like it was laying over. That could be belt slip. And I did another pull when it was flat and it felt different. So we're gonna have to be looking for some flat roads. But again, it is Dallas, it is Texas, everything's fucking flat. Maybe that road I was on when I did the draggy isn't as good as I thought. That's going on with the car right now, and you know, some of the options I have to go ahead and remedy the issues. Now, I'm not gonna lie, after Texas 2K, I'm probably gonna park this car and completely focus on the Shelby, because if this car performs how I think it will, and I'm able to take off the cars that I am gonna be putting this car up against, I will have accomplished more than I thought would be possible with over 100 wheel horsepower or less with the 2-valve Mustang, and that's awesome in my personal opinion. Now again, you guys have seen the runs on the channel. This car is fighting well above its weight class, and that was on the old setup with the heavier wheels and potentially, you know, the slipping belt and the 100% slipping clutch that we had in the car previously. So I'm real satisfied with this car. Like I said, if it does what I think it's gonna do, I'm just gonna go ahead and buy an actual daily, you know, something like 90 Civic or something like that, just to get around town, and I'm gonna just focus up on the Shelby, because it doesn't really make sense to go ahead and continuously dump money in this car right now. There's a lot of things that need to be done, and honestly, I'm just kind of going in a circle, because whatever I do with this car, you know, I need to drop another, you know, 7K to go ahead and T56 swap it. So it's just like a never-ending, you know, cycle. And right now, I just want to go ahead and just put my, you know, priority towards something else that I haven't experienced yet, and you know, enjoy something new for once, because this is my second new Edge that has a V8 in it. So yeah, I think it's time to go ahead and mix it up a little bit. And I think everybody in the channel can 110% agree. This car it's done way more than, you know, we all expected. That's for damn sure. So with all being said, if you guys enjoy, feel free, drop a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, turn on those post notifications, and I'm gonna catch you guys in the next one. Deuces.